Mary. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this very long conversation that we had about your interesting and beautiful life. You know, I know it must be tiring, but I'm sure a lot of the viewers also are very interested because this is you. You know, they need to see you, you know, your reaction, the word that comes from your heart. The most important, they know this is not scripted. We are talking about reality.
Yes.
This is life, you know.
Yes.
This question that I would like, because, you know, while listening to you in part 1 and part 2, yes, you mentioned you undergo a lot of trials to the extent you felt that you are so alone. Where were your parents at that time, your sister? What is their role in your life?
My parents were very loving parents, but my sisters and other relatives were totally against my conversion. And once I converted, I was alienated from all of them. Mm-hmm. According to their belief, they said I became an ungrateful daughter in becoming a Christian because I couldn't do a lot of things. I couldn't put incense and all this. So they alienated me. Mm-hmm. So that compounded the problem. But at the very end of my mother's life, she understood and she accepted God. And I was very happy because she saw that I was so happy at the end, despite of the suffering that I went through for 2 decades.
Yeah, when you suffered, when you were exiled, what is the treatment of your parents to you? Are they responsible for you to be able to hide? Do they help you with that? Do they give you support? Or really you feel you are totally abandoned because of your faith?
I have another secret that I have to disclose to you that I never said to anyone, even in my Thai book.
Yes,
okay?
Yes, yes.
It's okay in the Philippines.
Yes, yes, I can understand.
So that is okay. When I wanted to marry this man, it was against my parents' will.
Yes.
They said he was not good enough for me.
Okay.
So when I wanted him, I was in love with him. I always thought he was the right man for me.
Yes.
Even though later I found that I was so stupid in falling in love with him. Mm-hmm. So when I married a man that my family did not like, and when something like this happened to me, so things compounded.
Complicated the whole
compounded,
thing.
Complicated. So by the time I had to run away and all this, maybe my sisters were looking at me, good for you. I don't know, they didn't say it, okay? But because I married a man that my family was against, and I converted, and a lot of things. So I was a totally black sheep in my family.
In their eyes, I think so,
yes.
Because you are totally so different from
totally
them. Yes.
Black,
yes, yes.
dark sheep in my family.
Yes, no. Maybe at that time you also don't understand. You must be a very strong-willed person to insist this is what I want.
I was born the youngest. I don't know, but this is the way I am. This is the way I have always been.
When the business, because of the economic situation at that time, the business fell down, your husband was still there, right? He did not abandon yet the children. It's only after how many years that he decided that he has to leave?
I came back from exile.
Yes.
And just as I was trying to heal, the economy collapsed. Just as the economy collapsed, he left us. So all 3 in 1.
Yes.
My heart was still bleeding from my suffering.
Yes.
And the economy collapsed, and my husband left. So that was the time that I contemplated suicide again many times. And I had this stupid thought that if I died, the children's father would come back and take care of my children. And then I thought to myself, what if he did not come back? So anyway, I cannot die.
Yes.
And then
but don't you think that he has done his share at that time? Because when you were accused of so many things, and then you run away, because your life is in danger. It's not because you're guilty. It's not, you're innocent. But the warning was there that you might be killed. That's the thing that asks you to go away, But you want to prove you're innocent. But during the exile period, how many years is that?
That was from the time it happened to the time statute of limitations expired, it was a total of 10 years.
So
many things happened
Happened.
during those 10 years. But I want to say this. I want to quote a song,
Yes.
The Way We Were.
Yeah.
What is too painful to remember, I choose to forget.
Yes.
And I choose to forget a lot of things that happened during that darkest period of my life. And I want to remain it that way, okay?
Yes,
But
yes.